Good morning, everybody. And this is probably, I think, the second video of the year I've posted, but more importantly, this is the first update and major run of the year. For those that didn't know, I got married in April, and leading up to that, with a lot of planning, a lot of running around, I just really didn't have time to make any videos or updates. But rest assured, I still got my train time in. So today I'm going to be focusing on running some Santa Fe mixed freight, and in between giving y'all an update on my plans for the summertime, and then my goals. I would like to give an update on some Menards rolling stock. I have acquired quite a lot of Menards rolling stock. I love the product, the price is right, and it looks really good. My only issue with the Menards rolling stock is the Menards rolling stock does not like my switches right here. The wheels that come with it are for like tubular track, not really made for Atlas track or anything, and I have no other issues other than when they cross these points. These ain't deep enough for the high flange wheels. So maybe if I get on Facebook and see if anyone's changed out the wheels, if it's even worth changing out the wheels, I'll go about doing that, as long as it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. I'd rather upgrade more engines and add lights to cars than, buy wheels. But if I get some wheels for good price and it can be done, then I definitely would do that. So anyways, let's get this train started and give you an update. So, blue rail, haven't changed. Let's start her up here. You're going to see right there, Menards, MTH rolls through just nice. I got some Menards cars in the back there. It's coming up. That's a Southern Weaver boxcar, and these are all Menards. I just don't like that. Doesn't bother me none. It may bother a lot of y'all, but for me it doesn't. Alright. Let's go to the other side. Be right back. Alright, so as you can see here, I've acquired a whole lot of repurposed wood. I really don't care if it's not made for the outdoors. I'm going to make it for the outdoors. In fact, a lot of the wood here that I've made is all reclaimed, 90% of it. I'm just going to stain it really good, coat it really good, and it should last quite a while. It's not going to support anything but a train. So yeah, real rot over time, but I'm not too worried about it. So my purpose for all this right here is I'm going to start cutting this up and planning and measuring, okay? And then on the old abandoned line, where I originally had it, on ground level, you came over here to the hill countryside. This is all abandoned, okay? The main reason why is if you look straight down, my neighbor, while he was gone for quite a while, didn't want to maintain his fence, so it started leaning with all the rain and wind. Well, that essentially ruined this curve over here, popped my track out, and it actually broke a lot of the Atlas track. That's my bad for screwing it down. I will no longer screw down any track other than at certain key points. So my plan is I'm going to save a lot of this wood. Sadly, I'm going to have to break up the concrete mountain, but I'm going to raise everything up, okay, get it in line to this right here, and I'm going to transition. My plan is a 072 or maybe even an 090. My goal is, again, a big boy. Everyone knows I want to run one other than the Lionel 031 Lion Chief one, but I want to run a real MTH Premier big boy. That is my goal in life. All right, so instead of having this right here is an 054 transition curve right there. Well, what I want to do is weld a giant curved trellis that goes around the pomegranate tree and then reconnects, okay, in this dog bone. So I'm acquiring the metal as we speak. I probably got like maybe 30 sticks of square tubing, 1-inch square tubing. That should be perfect for what I want. And I'm going to do a whole little landscaping over here. It should be benches, flowers, reading area for the wife. And then this is actually going to be about a 6 feet tall trellis bridge going all the way around, curved trellis bridge, because my yard's at a slope. But those are my goals. It's going to be fun. I may need to call in some help, like someone who's good at engineering, because even though I can woodwork, I'm not very good at grades and leveling and making sure everything's secure. I want to make sure I do it right the first time, especially when there's welding involved, and there's really not much room for error financially. So those are my goals. So let's go back to the main line where I have the inner oval, and I'll give you an update over there. All right, so 2 weeks ago was the 1-year anniversary for this outdoor tough shed. Okay, I bought it off of Amazon, and let me tell you, I have nothing but good things to say about this. This was well worth the money. Since I'm in O scale, there's plenty of room. I have my old door here that I use for an in-scale layout that I use for a shelf. Some crates down there so I can pull them out. No water got in, no rats got in. Plenty of space back there for rolling stock. So I acquire everything secondhand. I very rarely buy anything new, so I really don't mind any rust getting on the wheels. Adds more realism. It's natural weathering. But when it starts getting clumpy, I do take a wire wheel to them. But other than that, I don't really had any issues with rust, believe it or not, just on the Menards wheels. I think they're stainless. But either way, it's okay. I do have some silica packets that I put in the bottom corners, and I guess these fell down just earlier grabbing my auto racks, but I had some silica packets back there to get any moisture. But I highly recommend purchasing one of these, especially for you G-scaler guys that are always complaining about where to bring all the cars to and having to walk all the time. I have it literally 3 feet next to my loading line, so I just grab and go, and then I unload here as well. And there's a Santa Fe making its turnaround. So I'm not running the inner loop right now, only because with last night's rainstorm, a lot of the track got bowed, but that's okay. It's not broken. I did not screw it down. I learned my lesson. And then my lantanas are growing over it. Also growing over here. I did trim right here this morning. I trimmed it last week when I ran, but it grows so fast, especially with all this rain. Oh, the salvia. The birds planted that for me, and it's going to stay. That's going to get really tall. It's going to look really good. It's going to mix with these flowers along with this crepe myrtle bush here. This blooms like a dark purple. Smells really good. Highly recommend. Easy to maintain. Can't wait. So I planted some junipers here during the spring. I want them to take off like this one did before these purple hearts outgrew it. This one bush started right here dead center of the house, and it went all the way over here. And then I guess the ducks decided to nest here one day, and yeah, well, the ducks planted this, and you know what, it looks really good, and the bees love it. And it kind of looks, I know the wood's in the way, but it's really pretty. I call it natural landscaping. The ducks did it, so it's natural. Going on to the bridge, my mom gave me an old wagon wheel that she used for gardening. It's rusted through, so I decided to put it on the gnome bridge and put my snapdragons on there. And these are the same snapdragons from last year. In fact, these snapdragons are 3 years old. A lot of people just throw them away at the end of the summertime, but I don't. I was blessed with a green thumb from my grandma, so I always bring everything back to life. And over here, some purple salvia. I think it's a hybrid because I've never seen it natural anywhere. But I did buy that last year. And it's actually doing really good on that wooden box. This is my favorite area of the layout still. Liberty Pass. I just drinking coffee, watching trains. No better combination. And then when the wife's out here reading on her reading chair, it's awesome. So, well, that's my status update for now. So let's run some trains. Everyone, I'll see you on the rails.